Hello and welcome to Christine's Creativity Cabinet, where only squishies get makeovers. In this video, I will be making over these two cake roll squishies that I got on clearance at Walgreens for 50 cents each. These makeovers are somewhat less ambitious than my two previous ones. They're still going to be cake rolls, but I'm going to spruce them up a bit and make them look more realistic and appetizing. May I say, squishylicious. So let's get to making art. I started by mixing brown and black puffy paint to make a nice dark chocolate brown shade. I painted the first squishy with this, leaving the cream filling unpainted. Then I filled in the cream filling with white puffy paint. For the second squishy, I decided to keep the cake its original color, which is like sponge cake. I decided to go for a strawberry shortcake look, so I started by mixing white puffy paint with a tiny bit of red to make a nice pink shade for the frosting. Then I painted the edges of the squishy with it. Once that was done, I added a line of red puffy paint around the inside edge of the cream filling to look like strawberry filling. Then I filled in the cream filling with white puffy paint. While the squishies were drying, I got to work on some toppings for them. I cut 2 curved slices from the remains of the cosmetic sponge I used for the catfish in squishy number 2. The first of these slices I covered with red paint to make a strawberry slice. The second one I covered in white puffy paint to make it into a blob of whipped cream. I added more of the sponge to the top of the blob to give it more height and covered it with more white puffy paint. I tried making a cherry for the top of the whipped cream by putting an orange pom-pom on top and painting it with red puffy paint, but as you can see, this was a fail. So instead, I put the pom-pom on a toothpick and painted it that way. Then I stuck the toothpick in the remains of the sponge to dry. I then covered the red paint that had gotten onto the whipped cream blob with more white puffy paint. Once they were dry, I removed them from the styrofoam plate. Then I trimmed the whipped cream blob to the correct size with scissors. Once it was trimmed, I glued it onto the squishy with white puffy paint. Then I glued on the cherry. I put a toothpick on the blob to prevent the whole thing from sliding off the squishy, then left it to dry. For the strawberry, I made some leaves for it by drawing some on to some green craft foam with a green Sharpie. I cut them out and glued them to the squishy with red puffy paint. Then I glued the strawberry on top. To finish the chocolate cake roll, I added a little drizzle to the whipped cream with white puffy paint, then sprinkled it with a little brown glitter to represent sprinkles. To finish the strawberry cake roll, I added seeds to the strawberry with white puffy paint. Then I added a little red glitter with tacky glue. So here are my finished squishies. I really like how they turned out. They're not exactly slow rising, but the original squishies weren't either, so I wasn't expecting that. I do think they look really cute and appetizing though. They are squishy-licious, if that's a word. If not, I just coined it.